Quit, Goku.
Susceptible to being overwhelmed by life's adversities. They become more resilient as they face difficulties head on. When life throws unexpected challenges at them, they are prepared to handle them because, due to living their lives through perseverance, they've developed readiness for hardships. Our decisions are made in a moment, but their repercussions can extend throughout a lifetime. Humans possess the ability to resist impulses in exchange for a brighter future. Unfortunately, many people live by the principle of, if it feels good, do it, and if it doesn't, don't do it. Yielding to temptations whenever they arise is akin to surrendering your humanity in certain ways. As intelligent.
Good job, Anthony. Good job. You did great.
Bluetooth connected.
What, Bubby? Yeah. What are you doing? You just gotta stay on the porch. Take a big stretch. Hi, Bubby. What are you doing? Handsome boy.
Listen, nobody respects the nice guy. They only use him, then toss him aside. So if you want power, start by ditching the so-called nice guy and start to demand respect. The so-called nice guy is typically broke, perpetually tired, and completely overlooked. He's consistently the one who ends up in last place, cheering for others while nobody cheers for him. But have you ever sat down and asked yourself what could possibly be the reason for this? Well, it is because being overly nice does not grant you any real power, but instead it simply gets you exploited. You might believe you are acting kind, humble, and respectful.
What's going on,
but
chat?
in reality, you are projecting weakness, and the world can sense that weakness from a mile away. You agree when you want to refuse. You put on a smile when you are actually enraged. You stay completely silent when you should be making your voice heard loud and clear. And that behavior is not kindness. It is fear wearing a polite disguise. The world owes you absolutely nothing for just being nice. Nobody is handing out awards for being excessively agreeable. Do you want real success, genuine respect, and true freedom? Then you must stop being the doormat that everyone else comfortably wipes their dirty feet on. Instead, become the unstoppable fire that they cannot possibly
Can I set a timer on this?
Understand that niceness is a sickness. It weakens your ambition, dulls your competitive edge, and ultimately destroys your potential. You do not achieve victory by being...
This is definitely AI.
You achieve victory by being genuinely respected. Do you seriously think that true winners spend their valuable time trying to please every single person around them? No. They operate with clear intention. They communicate with undeniable force. They draw firm lines and dare anyone to even think about crossing them. You are not here on this earth to cater to everyone else's comfort. You are here to take absolute control of your own life, to rise far above mediocrity, to build your empire, not
do it. Do what you don't feel like doing.
Being nice will not get you the woman you desire, the money you need, or the freedom you crave. Being relentless, disciplined, and ruthless with your time, that is what will deliver results. Do you want to stop being walked all over? Then stop lying down. Stand up straight. Speak your mind forcefully. Burn that fake smile to the ground and start living your life as a clear, undeniable person. Because the man who chases after approval will ultimately die completely invisible. Stop trying to be the nice person. Start being the real, powerful one. The concept of being nice is frequently misunderstood as a genuine virtue. However, in many real-world situations, it is actually a flimsy cover for weakness. People are often taught from a very young age that being nice will somehow help them get further in life. They are told that being agreeable, consistently polite, and easy to get along with is the correct pathway to achieving success. But the hard reality is that the world does not actually reward the nice person. It rewards the person who commands genuine respect. And that kind of respect does not come from constantly smiling, nodding in agreement, and always giving in to others. It comes directly from demonstrating undeniable strength. Because when you are excessively nice, people do not genuinely admire you. They do not truly value you. They certainly certainly do not take you seriously. What they actually do is take full advantage of you, because nice people are typically predictable and therefore considered safe and easy to manipulate. The nice person is invariably the one who will do anything to avoid confrontation. They never speak up when something genuinely
How's yours day going, chat?
They fail to establish and maintain firm personal boundaries. They are terrified of any kind of tension. They would rather suffer in silence than take the risk of offending someone else. But that exact pattern of behavior is precisely why they constantly get walked all over. The world perceives them as soft. People do not follow soft individuals. They do not trust those who are soft, but instead they simply use them. They drain their energy. They ignore them completely when someone more dominant and assertive enters the room. For these individuals, being nice eventually becomes their survival strategy. It is a way to try to be liked, to avoid any form of conflict, and to desperately gain approval from others. And here's the unvarnished truth. Needing to be liked by everyone is one of the most dangerous and destructive addictions a person can possibly have. It forces you to constantly compromise your values. It inherently makes you weak. You begin to live your life solely for others, continually adjusting yourself to try and fit in. And in that process, you completely forget who you truly are. You start agreeing to things that inherently disrespect your valuable time. You allow people to talk over you without consequence. You permit others to dictate the course of your life because you are too afraid of being perceived as rude, arrogant, or selfish. But there exists a massive fundamental difference between being genuinely strong and being a complete pushover. And unfortunately, the nice person almost always ends up being the latter. And when individuals encounter someone who is truly assertive, who speaks with unshakable confidence, and who clearly sets and maintains high standards, they invariably feel something significant. Even if they happen to disagree with that person's views, they still respect them. This is because genuine strength naturally commands attention. And when you finally stop playing the nice game, when you stop constantly apologizing for having a backbone and standing up for yourself, the world genuinely starts to treat you differently. You cease being just another option for people, and you begin to become a clear priority. This is not about advocating for cruelty or unwarranted hostility. It is about being completely real, being unmistakably clear in your intentions, and being firmly grounded in your own intrinsic value. Because the exact moment you stop being nice in the way the world conventionally expects, the moment you stop living primarily for the comfort of others, is the precise moment you transform into someone they simply cannot afford to ignore. Being too nice is often just another way of saying you are fundamentally scared. You are scared of being judged, scared of standing out from the crowd, and scared of potentially being.
It's not gonna sit.
But
Hang on.
understand this: fear has never ever built a lasting relationship, and that respect only comes when you're completely willing to risk being disliked in order to stay true to your own inner strength. The nice act might keep you temporarily safe from minor conflicts, but it will absolutely never make you powerful or truly respected. Nice people are invariably the first ones to be taken advantage of because they very rarely, if ever, say no. They consistently prioritize keeping other people happy over safeguarding their own energy, time, and their own intrinsic value. This predictable pattern of behavior makes them an incredibly easy target for manipulation and exploitation. People clearly see that you are willing to bend, to readily give in, and to silently tolerate disrespect merely to avoid any potential conflict. And they will absolutely use that weakness against you. If you are always agreeable, if you are always available at a moment's notice, you are not perceived as generous. You are perceived as weak. You quickly become the backup plan, the convenient emotional dumping ground for others, the one who is consistently there even when they clearly do not deserve your presence or your efforts. The nice person is frequently the one who is constantly helping others move, lending out money they cannot actually afford to give, and doing countless favors that no one ever remembers or reciprocates. They mistakenly believe that if they just give more and more, people will eventually appreciate them. But that's simply not how the world operates. The more you freely give without demanding anything in return, the less people will value what you are actually giving. People do not inherently respect what comes too easily to them. If you never stand your ground firmly, never push back when necessary, and never ask for anything for yourself, then people will begin to assume that you do not possess anything worth protecting. You effectively become invisible within your own life, always supporting someone else's narrative instead of courageously writing your own. And being excessively nice often originates from a deep-seated place of fear. It is fear of rejection, fear of not fitting in with a particular group, or fear of losing important relationships. So instead of firmly drawing a line to protect themselves, the nice person effectively erases their own identity. They mistakenly believe that saying yes to every single request somehow makes them appear strong. But in reality, it just makes them a doormat for others to wipe their feet on. The people around them eventually stop asking politely. They just start expecting compliance as a given. Your perceived kindness stops being viewed as a conscious choice you make and instead becomes your designated role in their eyes. And once you are firmly cast in that subservient role, it becomes incredibly difficult to escape from it. The very moment you attempt to set a clear boundary or dare to say no, people around you often get angry. This anger is not because you are actually wrong, but because they are no longer getting the version of you that conveniently serve their own needs and desires. The undeniable truth is that people will test you constantly, even if they're not consciously aware they're doing it. They will test your personal limits, they will test your patience, and they will test your standards. If you never clearly show them where your absolute line is drawn, they will simply keep pushing further and further. And if they discover that you essentially have no line at all, you will always be the one who gives more, sacrifices more, and ultimately receives far less in return for your efforts. And being exploited by others does not always occur in very obvious or dramatic ways. It often manifests in the small, subtle things. It is present in the guilt trips, the consistently one-sided favors, and the constant feeling that you need to prove your loyalty to others. This pattern of behavior wears you down gradually over time until you find yourself giving everything you have and receiving absolutely nothing in return. So understand that confidence beats mere compliance every single time. The individual who moves through life with genuine confidence, who speaks with clear certainty, acts with firm intention, and stands solidly by their decisions, commands far more respect and achieves far greater success than someone who simply goes along with whatever the crowd is doing. Compliance might keep things seemingly peaceful in the short term, but it steadily builds a dangerous submission. The compliant person typically waits for permission before acting, actively avoids taking risks, and constantly seeks approval from others. They choose to play it safe, mistakenly thinking that if they do not cause any disruptions, they will eventually be rewarded for their passivity. But life simply does not operate that way. Playing it safe usually gets you completely ignored by those who matter. But confidence, on the other hand, gets you noticed and respected. People are naturally drawn to individuals who take charge and lead, not to those who passively wait to be told what to do. A confident person might not always be correct in every instance, but they always act as if they belong in the room and deserve to be there. And that demeanor alone grants them significant power. When you project confidence, people listen to you not because you are flawless, but because you genuinely believe in what you are saying. And that unwavering belief is highly contagious. It gives other people a compelling reason to follow your lead, to trust your judgment, and to invest in your vision. However, when you are consistently compliant, always agreeing with everyone, and constantly adapting to fit everyone else's opinions, you become easily replaceable. There is no inherent strength in your presence. There is no discernible leadership in your energy. You are just another person desperately trying to fit in. Real success demands bold moves. It requires decisive action without constant self-doubt and second-guessing. So confidence empowers you to take those necessary steps. But compliance holds you back, makes you hesitate, and forces you to seek external validation before making any significant move. And by the time you have finally asked enough people for their opinions, someone else with more decisiveness has already seized the very opportunity you were too afraid to claim for yourself. Confidence is synonymous with forward motion. Compliance is synonymous with crippling hesitation. The fundamental difference between genuine winners and everyone else is that winners possess unwavering trust in themselves, even when the path ahead is completely unclear. In relationships, in business, and in every single area of life, people consistently respect those individuals who can confidently say no, establish clear standards for themselves and others, and decisively walk away from any situation or person that does not serve their best interests. That is genuine confidence in action. Compliance, on the other hand, readily bends to avoid any form of conflict, and in doing so, ends up sacrificing personal integrity for the sake of temporary comfort. The compliant person frequently apologizes for simply being themselves. The confident person, however, fully owns who they are and dares others to deal with it.
Did you get the fly?
And know this. Genuine confidence does not equate to arrogance. It simply means fully understanding your own worth and steadfastly refusing to diminish yourself to make other.
Yo, what's up,
does not need any more individuals who just blend into the background. It urgently needs people who possess the courage to stand out and make a significant impact. Confidence naturally builds leaders, but compliance consistently builds mere followers. And if you are always striving to be excessively agreeable and to please everyone, you will seriously by those individuals who operate with genuine power and influence. Being nice is very often just fear dressed up in a polite disguise, and people frequently hide behind a veneer of politeness because they are too fundamentally afraid to be completely real and authentic. They actively avoid conflict, not because they are somehow morally above it, but primarily because they are deeply scared of what might happen if they actually dare to speak up and voice their true opinions. They consciously choose not to say what they really think, because deep down they are terrified of being judged, disliked, or ultimately rejected by others. So they decide to remain quiet.
I'm doing good, bro.
Agreeable,
Just taking a break. I was just punching the bag.
All the while trying to convince themselves that this is the right and noble thing to do. But this behavior is not born of nobility, it is born of fear. And fear is the ultimate enemy of all progress and genuine achievement. Many people act nice simply because they do not want to have to deal with any form of tension or discomfort. They fear what might happen if they actually challenge someone else's viewpoint, so they just nod their heads and offer a superficial smile. They dread the unease that often accompanies direct confrontation, so they swallow their personal pride and silently accept situations and behaviors that they genuinely hate. But every single time you allow fear to dictate your actions, you are voluntarily giving away your personal power.
I think it's AI though.
You are effectively letting other people decide just how far they can push your boundaries. And once you begin down that path of passive acceptance, it rapidly becomes a destructive pattern. You start to compromise your own carefully considered standards. You begin to tolerate clear disrespect. You steadily abandon your own essential needs just to try and keep the peace. And then you try to label that behavior as maturity. But deep down inside, you know that you are simply lying to yourself. You know that fear tries to convince you that complete honesty will inevitably cause you to lose people from your life. So as a result, you choose to wear a protective mask. You find yourself saying you truly want to say no. You force yourself to laugh at jokes that actually offend you. You passively go along with plans that you do not genuinely care about at all. You do all of this just to avoid standing out from the crowd, all to avoid being labeled as difficult, rude, or selfish by others. But in reality, this pervasive fear is systematically robbing you of your own authenticity. You are not actually being nice, you are being fundamentally fake. You are not truly being generous with your time and energy. You are being controlled by your own deep-seated insecurity. It is very easy to pretend to be kind when your primary underlying goal is simply to be liked by everyone. But there exists a profound and crucial difference between being genuinely good and simply being scared of experiencing rejection. Real authentic goodness actually stems from a position of strength. It means being completely honest even when doing so is uncomfortable or challenging. It means respecting yourself enough to allow people to walk away from your life if they cannot accept you for who you truly are. Fear, on the other hand, consistently keeps you small and constrained. It causes you to meticulously filter your words, to shrink your own valid opinions, and to constantly compromise your essential personal boundaries.
All right, chat.
All in the desperate hope that people will not abandon
Psalms
you.
106.
Understand this. Anyone who stays in your life solely because you are constantly pretending to be
Give
someone
thanks
you
to
are
the
not,
Lord, for he is good.
actually staying
His
for the
faithful
real
love
you.
endures
They are
forever.
staying for the carefully
Who can
constructed
declare
version
the
of you that your
Lord's
own fear
mighty
has
acts
created.
or proclaim
So,
all
when people claim they are just being nice, most of the time, what they really mean
or
is that they are
proclaim
just
all
being
the praise
scared.
due
They
him?
are scared to lose approval, scared to cause any waves or disruptions, and scared to be different from the norm. And as long as that fear continues to control
How
the way
happy
you
are those
present
who
yourself to the
uphold
world,
justice, who
you will
practice
never
righteousness
experience
at
genuine
all
freedom,
times?
true respect,
Remember-
or authentic personal power. Because individuals who
Remember me, Lord, when you show favor to your people. Come to me with your salvation, so that I may enjoy the prosperity of your chosen ones. Rejoice in the joy of your nation, and boast about your heritage. Both we and our fathers have sinned. We have gone astray and have acted wickedly. Our father in Egypt did not grasp the significance of your wonderful works, or remember your many acts of faithful love. Instead, they rebelled by the Red Sea. Or they rebelled by the sea, the Red Sea. Yet he saved them because of his name, to make his power known. He rebuked the Red Sea and dried it up. He led them through the depths of as though he. Let me restart that. He led them through the depths as though a desert. He saved them from the hand of the adversary. He redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. Water covers his foes, and not one of them remained. Then they believed his promise and sang his praise. They soon forgot his works and would not wait for his counsel. They were seized with craving in the wilderness, and tested God in the desert. He gave them what they asked for, but sent a wasting disease among them. And the camp they were envious of Moses and Aaron, the Lord's Holy One. The earth opened up and swallowed Dathan. I don't know. Dathan. It covered the assembly of Abraham. Fire blazed throughout their assembly. Flames consumed the wicked. At Horeb, I think, they made a calf and worshipped the cast metal image. They exchanged their glory for the image of the grass-eating ox. They forgot God, their Savior, who did all great things in Egypt, wonderful works in the land of Ham, awe-inspiring deeds at the Red Sea. So he said he would have destroyed them if Moses chose, let me restart that. He said he would have destroyed them if Moses, his chosen one, had not stood before him in the branch to turn his wrath away from destroying them. And they despised the pleasant land and did not believe his promise. They grumbled in their They grumbled in their tents and did not listen to the Lord's voice. So he raised his hand against them with an oath that he would make them fall in the desert and would despair their descendants among the nations. Scattering them throughout the lands, they aligned themselves with Baal of Peor. I think that's the word, Baal. And ate sacrifices offered to the lifeless gods. They provoked the Lord with their deeds, and a plague broke out against them. But Phinehas, Phinehas, stood up and intervened, and the plague was stopped. It was credited to him as righteousness throughout all the generations to come. They angered the Lord at the waters of Meribah, and Moses suffered because of them, for they embittered his spirit, and he spoke rashly with his lips. They did not destroy the peoples as the Lord had commanded them, but mingled with nations and adopted their ways. They served their idols, which became a snare to him. They sacrificed their sons and daughters to demons. They shed innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they sacrificed to the idols of Canaan. So the land polluted with blood, or became polluted with blood. They defiled themselves by their actions and prostituted themselves for their deeds. Therefore the Lord's anger burned against his people, and he abhorred his own inheritance. I just lost my place. Hold on, chat. You're right there, okay. He handed them over to the nations. Those who hated him ruled them. Their enemies oppressed them, and they were subdued under their power. He rescued them many times, but they continued to rebel deliberately, and were beaten down to by their sin. Stay on the porch. Stay on the porch. Leave the birds alone. You made me lose my place, Fricker. When he heard their cry, he took note of their distress, remembered his covenant with them, and relented according to the abundance of his faithful love. He caused them to be pitied before their captors. Save us, Lord our God, and gather us from the nations, so that we may give thanks to your holy name and rejoice in your praise. May the Lord will be praised from everlasting to everlasting. Let all say amen, hallelujah. That was Psalms 106, chat. Now we're on Psalms 107, book 4. Can I take a quick? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I got to answer for a lot of things. He's right. Over the top, it's not enough sometimes, man. What's up, buddy? You want to hit it? No? You got a girlfriend in your life? Hell no. Hell no. Ain't no way. Nah. God will send the right one when it's time. I ain't gonna force it or chase it. Shut up! Fucking freaking bird. Why not, bro? Because, man, women aren't the way they used to be. And being a masculine man nowadays, not just masculine. Well, no, masculine. If you're a walk-on and a pushover, everybody loves you. But if you're not, like me, there's always a subconscious way that people treat you. Not people, but females per se, especially females, both male and female. But at times you can be attractive. If you're not attractive, you're just disliked to a female. It's black and white. It's binary. That's one thing a lot of guys have to understand, is that when they go through their masculine phase, they need to stay through it and not just go through a phase. I went through a feminine phase growing up, and it got me nothing but pushed on, walked on, stepped on, used. So standing for self-respect, masculinity, and the tenets that a man has to stick by, that's the best way for you to live as a man, but it's going to be difficult. No, I didn't say it wasn't. I said especially. I said especially females. I did mention guys too, but especially females. Like, one thing I noticed, one of my managers at work, this was very subtle, but a lot of people don't notice little things. I went to make a sandwich or something, and my manager comes in. Are you going to pay for that? I didn't plan on it. No, it says on the sign free food, but I didn't say that. But it says on the sign you can only get free food during breaks, right? But I got a sandwich, and then she got on my back about it. Bro, the female that just started working there walked out with like 3 sandwiches, a cinnamon roll, a biscuits and gravy, and a burrito. Walked right past the manager. Not a single word was said. I'm a male. She's a female. You're a homo? Hey! Stay on the porch, nigga. Stop trying to find ways around. Draco, I'll bust that ass, boy. I told you, stay on the fucking porch. Freaking porch. Sorry, Lord. I'm trying not to cuss as much, too. That's pretty crazy, though. It is. It is, man. But that's how it is for men. And I'm not... Some of you females in here be like, well, women have problems, too. A lot of them are self-created. But yes, I understand. Females do go through shit. I didn't say they didn't. But to live a life of a masculine male, a female could not walk in a masculine man's shoes. I don't care what female it is. Not a single female on this planet could genuinely trade shoes with me and walk in my shoes for a year. They couldn't. You just can't. You're not built, and you are not treated the way that masculine men are treated. And this isn't pity for men. This isn't pity for me. This isn't none of that. It's the truth. No, I'm trying to stop swearing for God, not for you guys. The only time I won't is when I'm singing my rap music and stuff, just because I don't like bleeping out. I'm not going to be perfect with it. Still going to say this, that, here and there. But I'm definitely trying to cut back on it. I stopped getting drunk. I stopped smoking weed, smoking cigars, but cigars are beneficial for you if you outwork the negative effects. Sitting here punching the punching bag, going on bike rides, pedaling, burning cardio, stuff like that. You gotta outwork the negative effects, and then you'll adopt the benefits. It builds your testosterone. It helps your cognitive function. It helps focus. I don't go for it for a stress reliever, but it does relieve stress. I don't do it for that because stress for a man is very needed. You need to be stressed. You need to be overwhelmed. You need to go through those because those are directly correlated to the amount of success you'll have. If you are scared of stress and you run from it as a man, you are going to be less successful as the man that don't run from it. Because the higher up on the echelon you get, especially a financial capability, the more governments are going to come after you. The more people are going to want to use you. You're going to wake up with this on your phone. They're going to want this. They're going to want that. They're going to want that. You need a balance. You do need a balance. You need a balance in everything. And one thing I don't like hearing is people out of shape more than me and less competent than me telling me what to do. Like, if you are not on a higher level than me, shut the hell up. Shut the heavens up. Like, seriously. And that's how I view it. I wonder who that is. But yeah, you definitely need a balance in life. Because if you have a balance, you're going to keep yourself from going too far left or too far right. If you have a balance, you're going to stay in the middle. If you're too far right, it won't work right. If you're too far left, you'll be left behind. Quote that, chat. Quote that. Quote that. 3 a.m. Hey, thug it out, bro. Thug it out. You gotta thug it out, bro. Draco, come here, Bubby. What are you doing inside? Come here. Come sit in your chair, buddy. Come on. Hi, Bubba. Why'd you go inside? You don't want to be outside no more? You don't want to be outside no more, huh? Sky! She's probably sleeping right now. Oh. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? His name's Draco. 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 Ain't that right, Bubba? Ain't that right? We got matching bracelets, chat. Look. Come here, Bubby. Show me bracelet. Come here. Hold on. Right here, chat. His is a necklace, but mine's a bracelet. He is adorable. We got 2 of them. Yeah, I got 2 cats. I got Draco and Sky. Hello, Bubba. What are you doing? Hi. Is you being a handsome boy? He's also got the same birthday as me, too. He was born on my birthday. Sky's the mother. It was the best birthday present I could ever ask for. Ain't that right, Bubby? Ain't that right? All right, go inside. House. Go on. I'm getting up. House. Go. Go inside, nigga. He's just in a loving mood right now, chat. Goku, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Come on, hop up here. Come on. Come on. Don't lick me. Stay on the porch. Absolutely. Absolutely. You being a good boy? You being a good boy? Yeah, you being a good boy? No, do not lick me. All right. All right. Watch out. You miss Dad, huh? You miss your dad. Do you miss your dad? Draco, what are you doing? There's a stray cat across the street. Draco, you keep your ass right there, mister. All right. What am I sitting at right now, chat? 3. I'm at 7 left. Nice chat. Hey, it was nice chatting with you too, man. Have a good night. God bless, bro. God bless. Says proudly made in the U.S. What's up, Nelson? How's your day going, bro? How's your day going? Till next time. Hey, till next time, bro. Till next time. Damn, your arms look fearsome. Thanks, John. Thanks, bro. We're gonna go play a couple matches of Fortnite, chat. That's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna do the dishes first because that house needs clean. I gotta clean up the house, so. I don't want to do dishes right now. I don't want to do them. You know what? In about 10 minutes, we will. What we are going to do is smoke more testosterone. Hey! I said stay on the fucking porch. Get up here, now. I'm not telling you again. If I have to, I'm busting your ass. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lil Mabu sounds like he's going through a sad stage.
TV shows are on
His
YouTube.
song he just dropped 3 days ago says, "Am I enough?"
Get crunchy.
That's what happens when you fuck around with hoes and drink stupid shit and do stupid drugs and What's the word I'm looking for? Damn. Never mind. We don't need to be saying that stuff. He needs to hit the gym.
Am I enough for you, baby? You ain't been hitting me up, I'm getting real concerned. Oh, feel like a fan of your lady. Been checking on the gram, seeing what's the word. Say you in a new relationship, but it ain't confirmed. You can't get married to a kid. That's not how this works. I'm in Los Angeles without you, girl. And I know where you live. I will disturb. No response or no.
He said, I know where you live, I will disturb. That's wild. It's got a nice little tune to it.
Look at this nigga over there in the corner while I ain't. You go over there, we got some rocket ice and pills, some weed, some lean, and Chardonnay.
I got a Razzie classic, basic bitch from across the way.
We talk choppers, blocks, and Rugers, ain't no room to conversate. We got Benzes, Porsches, Beamers, skates, and cats that cost the bank. We in the club with all these hustlers, trappers, rappers, and these robbers. She gon' fuck when I say fuck, just for Celine, Gucci, and Prada. In the section, standing on couches with my partners, they can't stop us. We been clutching all of these gas like we Mad Max and bitch from Shotters. We sell quarters, hats, and zills. We got QP phones and all. She a stripper, I'm gon' flip her, knock her down, and break her jaw. Niggas quick to claim a bitch, but knowing that bitch ain't claiming y'all. None he diss and put me in his mentions, I still play it raw. You get one or two or more, fuck the price, we drop it down.
Draco. All right, never mind. You're good. Stay. No. I was just making sure you was not out in the yard. What do you?
You can pay me for your track, I spit that crack like Bobby Brown. Niggas lied until we draw that make not a sound. She out the projects, if she got low mileage, I might knock her down. Bitch, we sure, but ARPs is red rum or DOA. When I walk inside the club, I'm having chips like Frito-Lay. Niggas mugging in this bitch, we asked that boy, is he okay? Fuck it, I don't see your face, so mama, come give me your face. Yeah, I some rocket ice and pills, some weed, some lean, and Chardonnay. I got a ratchet, classy, bougie, basic bitch across the way. We talk choppers, blocks, and Rugers, ain't no room to conversate. We got Benzes, Porsches, Beamers, skates, and cats that cost the bank. In the club with all these hustlers, trappers, rappers, and these robbers. She gon' fuck when I say fuck, just for Celine, Gucci, and Prada. In the section, standing on couches with my partners, they can't stop us. We been clutching all of these gas like we Mad Max and bitch from Shotters.
Chat. I need to figure out where some boxing classes are. That's what I need to figure out.
Fuck. What's wrong, Kyle? Man, these kids, man, talking shit, making me feel bad. Man, fuck them kids, bro. Look around, bro. Look at life. Man, you're right. Man, you see these fine bitches over here? Yeah. You see these trees, man? You see this water? I guess it is okay. Come on, man. You got so much more to appreciate, man. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're damn right I'm right. I can't remember a time I was goddamn wrong. Man, thanks, little bug. Hey, man. That's what I'm here for.
I ain't been getting high. Well, maybe a little, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Well, you're not an angel either, you can't even fly. I know this, you think that you know shit. All this shit that's coming at me, I wonder who does it. They can't see the vision, boy, they must be out of focus. That's a real hot album, homie, I wonder who wrote it. Oh shit, oh say, pray them niggas go away. Oh, we sell the clowns around, it look like circus show. Like, this is not the album either, these are just the throwaways. This shit's still so cold when it drops, it's gonna be a motherfucking snow day. Hey, boy, it's good and he knows it. He don't say it, he shows it. I'm just like the Rosen. If I shoot it, it goes in. I'm in Cali just coasting. Get him so wet, then he coasters. I got a selfie with Oprah. I just ain't ever posted. And I'm in my happy place posted. I ain't frowned since 06. I ain't cried since 01. My bad like Six Flags and your house is no fun. You can come back tomorrow though. Your friend and Cupid is fine though. We going on a high note. I spy with my little eye. A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly-headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever. Hold up, never mind. Oh, I spy with my little eye. A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly-headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever. Hold up, never mind. Oh, I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye. Oh, I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye. Oh,
She said she's 21, I might have to hide you, yeah. All my bitches come in pairs like balls in my nutsack. I remember running around the city in a hatchback, looking for a problem with my young goblins. I'ma send them all to home with a neck throbbing. I done made so much money that it's non-stopping. Got my brothers on my back like the last name. I remember telling everyone I couldn't be tamed. 6 months later, I had something, now I'm in the game. Went from fake chase to diamonds in another lane. Went from king, take me here to spraying out the lane. Went from careless nigga lane to remember my name. So I remember all the people who ain't fuck with me. They went to college, now all the niggas is history. I upgraded from gold to diamonds in my city. Riding deep in the van like we looking for a mystery. So don't fuck with me. Now lately I've been living like a luxury. 40 cows stick together like piano keys. And on my mother's mother, I would fuck a bitch without a damn rubber. I spy with my little
That's
eye.
right.
A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly-headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever. Hold up, never mind. Oh, I spy with my little eye. A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly-headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever. Hold up, never mind. Oh, I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye. Oh, I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye. Oh,
I send it, you receive it. I send it, you receive it.
I love the smell of them bread. I send it, they whiter than some mayo. And I can send them to your house through the mail. This is drug dealing music. I love the smell of the bread. I tell you, they whiter than some mayo. And I can send them to your house through the mail. This is drug dealing music. I'm A1, so it's my code. Stick to get it right off a boat. I'm swagged out every day and night. I like to shoot my gun, cause I don't like to fight. I say run up on me, I'm ready. Gun up in your face and steady. I'm the life of the party, bitch. But I ain't talking confetti. I got bricks, pound and Molly. I'm a drug dealer, and I tell anybody. I take pride up in that shit. I don't really give a shit, and I shoot my gun real quick if we talking about them bricks. Yeah, them bricks. I tell you, they whiter than some mayo, and I can send them to your house through the mail. This is drug dealing music. I tell you, I love the smell of the bread. I tell you, they whiter than some mayo, and I can send them to your
Hey, Draco, leave Sky alone.
house through
If you go wake her up, I'm busting your ass, dude. Better not wake that girl up.
the mayo. This is drug dealing music.
Chat, I haven't heard King Von in a minute. I really stopped listening to him. He's still my favorite artist, but I really just haven't been listening to him.
didn't film it, then it ain't filmed.
I'm gonna hop off here, chat. I'm gonna call my dad, chat with him for a few. Alright. I'll be back on in 45 minutes max. Maybe a little longer, I don't know. Depends on how much me and him talk. But have a blessed day. God bless y'all.